I was the mad scientist in
the mad professor, yeah,
for so many years, but I stayed true to my belief. I stayed true to the system, and I think, as you quite rightly said, 2019 has been the breakout year for me and the team.
Smelling good.
You can't get these Simones in boots.
I was going to say,
you can't.
That's some custom-made fragrance, isn't it?
Exactly. he's telling the truth. It's custom made.
Is this the new line? Is this what it is? Are you going into fragrances?
We've got something coming up, you know.
The Kardashians have made a living out of it.
Tunde is the new Kardashian.
Wait a minute.
You are the new Kardashian.
Is there a Tunde sex tape coming out? Is that what it is?
That's what we're going to get the Tunde sex tape. Oh, right, yeah.
Welcome to Unibet, presents the Queensberry rules. It is the weigh-in for Dubois versus Fujimoto. I'm Adam Catterall, Nick Peet alongside me, and I'll tell you something, a man that's given us all a bit of a run for our money in the world of media at this moment in time.
Absolutely.
He is taking over. He's not only training the Lions in the camp, he's taking over the podcast world, he's taking over the media world. He's too pretty for podcasts. We need to get him on the TV a little bit more. That's why Tunde's come to join us for a little bit of a chat. How are you, mate? You good?
Dream it. Believe it.
Here we go.
Become it.
That's how we start the show.
That's how we start the show.
That's how we start the show.
How you doing, my man?
We're very well. Listen,
Yes,
you're in
sir.
town obviously because you're looking after Bilal this weekend. Tell us a little bit more about him, because obviously this weekend a lot of people know all about Dubois. They know all about Tommy Fury and Sonny Edwards and the likes. Talk to me about Bilal.
Yeah, very soon you know about Bilal. Young man, came to me when he was 12 years old, little rascal.
14 stone, 7
Even when he was 12, he had
and
talent.
6 ounces.
As young people do, they went away. He went away, came back 7 years later at the age of 19. Said,
Once again, ladies and gentlemen,
unks. I don't really like that word, unks, because that makes me sick. But he said, unks, I'm ready to take it serious. Because he knows I won't have no one around me if they're not serious.
Yeah.
And, I gave him a chance, and I'm happy he did. Decided to take that, that route. Being where he's from, Beckton,
Our
there's
next
a lot
two
of
combatants to the scale
bad stuff that happens to
Yeah.
kids from that area. So he's really a shining light for the kids and showing them that there's alternative options. And he's doing well. So fast, I think when he first came back, he threw about 50 punches and only one landed. So so we had to calm that down, and it's going to be steady with Bilal. One step at a time, and that's why I'm not rushing him.
You talk about the output. He has got incredibly fast hands. And
Yeah,
all it is
just
for
a bit.
you is now obviously channeling that and making sure that most of those land rather than hit fresh air.
Absolutely, and most people should know if they don't in boxing that we created a system in our camp, and his coach, his trainer, Ali Eluyinka, is the both of them. I mean, it's just great for me to watch the both of them growing daily, developing under the system. And, he is improving at a tremendous rate. Something I said Anthony would do when he turned professional. Anthony had limited experience, 12 amateur fights, but Bilal's even less than that. Bilal had 3 amateur fights. So again, it proves that we have created something in boxing, and Bilal's going to be the next one up, as Ade said, the next one up.
How many people are knocking on the gym door now saying, listen, you've taken a lad with 12 amateur fights, you've taken a lad with 3 amateur fights, you're making them pro fighters.
Yes,
Listen, can you take a kid just like out of the factory and make him a pro?
100%. And I said it from the very beginning, and most people, raised their eyebrows and said, listen, you need natural talent. And yes, to some degree, but what I created, I always say, that's why people go to Cambridge and Oxford to learn a syllabus.
Yeah.
And some people pass the syllabus quicker than others, but the syllabus is the foundation. And I created something, and I've proven it with guys with literally no amateur career. There's no doubt Anthony was a special athlete, and he probably could have been anything.
Yeah.
But Bilal, as I like to call him, the Asian Mr. Bean.
I bet he loves that.
Yeah, he loves that. He's gonna literally give you a left hook after he finishes this. But his body's developing. And that's what I'm saying. I've always maintained that it's nothing to do. Yes, genetically, some people are more naturally have that gift, but I've always maintained that it's the training that sculptures the body. And you can see it. If you look at Bilal's first fight, his second fight, his third fight, and now this fight, his body's changing day by day.
Yeah.
So the journey continues.
Talk to me about mental attitude, because yours is unwavering. Unwavering whatsoever.
Yes.
But would you say this year, 2019, has been a year where maybe others have started to believe the things that you've been saying over the last 12 to 18 months, in particularly about Anthony?
100%. You know, listen, I was the mad scientist in
The mad
boxing
professor, yeah.
for so many years, but I stayed true to my belief. I stayed true to the system, and I think, as you quite rightly said, 2019 has been the breakout year for me and the team. Anthony's always been mentally tough. That's why he's with me, because I don't take nothing less than excellence. And I think myself and Anthony showed that we have, you know, the minerals. Let's use that. That's a polite word.
Yes.
The
cojones, I think they say.
Cojones,
Yeah,
in Mexico or America, yeah. To go into the mighty Russia, a country that's known for the mentalism, you know, and nobody believed us. Nobody believed we even had a chance. You know, you're talking about a guy that...
Listen, we had conversations about, we didn't even think that you might take that fight, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, but I know what I created, and I know the kind of athlete Anthony Yarde is.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow night.
You know, I said it from the beginning. The suggestion you make to yourself is more powerful than the suggestion of others. And as long as myself and Anthony believe that, because we never went in there for a paycheck or points.
Well, we
went
saw that
in
with the fight.
He rolled the dice. He went for it.
We went in there
to
to knock him out. And, you know, and if that fight was tomorrow, Anthony would knock him out. People don't understand. The location always plays a massive part, and the fact that we went to Russia shows everything what we're about. You know, I don't think there's. I can't remember in recent history that where someone's gone to Russia to fight. You know, an elite champion from these shores. I remember Tyson Fury going to Germany.
Yeah.
But again, Russia's a different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
It's a
Deepest, darkest Russia as well. You know, it wasn't Moscow, St. Petersburg. It was
exactly.
out there.
And again, you know,
Turn it way out your bags.
nicked our bags, but I said we're from Peckham, so we're used to stuff like that. yeah. So that didn't really shake us, but it was a great experience. You know, experience is something you can't buy, borrow, or pretend to have.
Yeah.
And we learned a great experience. And Anthony, right this minute, is looking. He just looks like the experience has done him wonderful.
Do you think after that fight, Tunde, Anthony now looks himself in the mirror? I know he's got great confidence. I know you've instilled great confidence in him. Do you think now he looks and says, absolutely right, we were right all the time. I was that close. I am world class. I am going to be a world champion. It's done now.
100%, because you can talk the best talk in the world, but nothing beats reality. And for Anthony to know within himself that he shook an elite champion.
One punch away.
12 amateur fights. Again, and that's why any criticism I receive on social media, instant block. Straight blockage. I don't want to hear it, because this man had 12 amateur fights. Kovalev had 300 amateur fights. Canelo, 50. You know, I mean, Bernard Hopkins, great champion. You saw what Kovalev done to Bernard Hopkins.
Yeah.
We done it. And for himself, it's always good to know that you've done it. And that's what I say. And that's why after the fight, people around Anthony thought that I should have been more closer to him, but I said no. Let him know within himself. Let him be a man and say, look, I've done it. Uncle has been with me from the start. He's guided me as well, but I done it. Anthony Yarde, and you see it. Like I just love. I'm a giver, so I've always believed givers gain, and when I see Anthony developing or having developed into the person that he's become, it's tremendous for me. But he knows it. You can see it in the gym. He's like, Unks, did you see that? Did you see that? I said, you know, I've been watching you from the start.
Of course, you can see it now. He's always had a good, he's always had a big personality. He's always had confidence. But now, something seems to have clicked. Now he's got that calm assurance of a true champion about him as well.
That must make your work with him easier as well.
Man. I mean, to be honest with you, it's always been easy to train Anthony. We are exactly the same. People are kind of shocked because we argue literally in the gym, you know, and over getting it right. So it's not negative because it's argument to get it right. We were so obsessed with progression that both of us come to blows, but in a good way. Nothing. He usually nicks my money because he's usually right. But you know, the confidence in Anthony, which wasn't lacking before the fight, I think the fact that now he's been on the, you know, on that platform, on that world stage, sitting even for me as a coach, the validation for me of all the years, all the criticism,
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this
you know, walking into environments where I know people are calling me this and that, and I say, look, now you guys have got to get to this level. That's how I feel, you know. And me and Anthony totally connected, and I can't wait for the future because Canelo done it after he fought Floyd. He became a different fighter.
Yep.
And Anthony Yarde after the Kovalev fight has become a different fighter.
Absolutely.
Well, stick with us because we caught up with Anthony. Let's have a little bit of a listen to what the Lion says about his camp. Now, if you could, if we had smell-o-vision right at this moment in time, I don't know if you've been to the Boots counter or something, mate. You are smelling good.
You can't get these samosas in Boots.
I was going to say
You can't.
that's
get
some
these-
custom-made fragrance, isn't it?
Exactly. he's telling the truth. It's custom made.
Is this the new line? Is this what it is? Are you going into fragrances?
We've got something coming up, you know. ain't gonna talk too much. Pepper is my thing.
That's it. Smell like a lion.
Yeah,
Nah, you
yard
know
number
this
one. Yard number one, that's what it's called. Forget Chanel.
Listen, man, have you been? It's been an absolutely mega year. Obviously, we went out to Russia.
Yes.
We were so close.
Oh, it was there.
So
Very
close.
It was there.
Inches. What are the learns that you take from the Kovalev fight?
You know what? As I've been saying, there's no losses for me in this particular situation. There's only lessons. You know, the plan and the aim is never to lose. And you know, I was very inexperienced. So I'm inexperienced, but I learned a lot from that fight. As you said, I was inches away from doing it.
Yeah, man.
I had a game plan within my own mind, and that's this. Once he gets past the 6th round, I'm gonna hurt him at some point. When I do hurt him, I'm going to try and finish it. I'm not going to go there and look for no points because I've watched boxing for years. I've seen a lot of... I'm not saying that the judges ain't going to do their job, but I know he had the Canelo fight next.
Yeah.
Yep.
Money does talk. As everyone will know what I'm talking about when I say this. So I knew if it was a close decision or whatever, or if I thought I won, they would definitely give it to him. I wasn't planning on taking any risk.
Yeah, man.
My game plan was to go in and win by knockout. I didn't shy away from it. I didn't start saying, oh, it's going to be a points thing when I outbox him. I told everyone what I was going to do. He knew what I was going to do. I told him, I'm going to try and knock you out. You can take offense to it if you want, but I'm going to knock you out. I came inches from doing it, but again, a bit more experience under my belt. I think I would have got it done, but the way I see life is that it wasn't meant to happen yet. But it will happen.
That's a good way of looking at it.
When you watch it back now, just see yourself landing that killer blow, that one shot.
Only one shot.
Yeah,
You know what?
one shot away.
Most definitely. And as I said to you before, the experience part of it is what made it not happen. You get what I'm saying? I know how to finish people. You've seen it in all my fights leading up to it. Once I hurt somebody, I'll take my time, I'm patient, I land the shot I need to land. But then I went into that thing where the Dragon Ball Z mentality started coming out. I thought I was Hulk. And I just started loading up. And again, that's not boxing. But again, I learned from that. And now it's just installed into me more that when you hurt somebody, you meant to stay relaxed and do your job.
I don't think as a fan I've thrown as many punches myself watching the TV screen. When you landed, I'm like going, he's going to do it. He's going to do it.
Everyone.
I'm out this chair. I'm chucking all sorts, mate.
Yes. Literally, I saw a couple of videos of like my friends and stuff watching it. Someone was recording it. Listen, one of my friends ripped his shirt off. One of my friends broke his other friend's TV. It was crazy. It was crazy.
All the boys on full Hulk as well.
That's it, man. That's
love
it.
it.
2020.
Yes.
Talk to me about your plans now. When can we expect to see you back in the ring?
You'll see me back in the ring probably February or March.
Excellent.
As everyone knows, Canelo was in the weight division. You know, he beat Kovalev. Kovalev had a short camp. And Kovalev even said it. He goes, he went from having a very hard fight with me, had no time to recover, went back into that fight.
Yeah.
And a rehydration clause. There's no excuses. Canelo's a excellent fighter. I've always rated Canelo very highly. I did want that fight, but he's moved weight divisions, and now again he's vacated. Hopefully we can get a a vacant belt.
Yeah.
Sure.
If not, definitely a little.
You've got to be in the mix for it, of course.
Absolutely.
100%.
I feel like conversation.
I feel like I've deserved it, but again, there's nothing's given in this sport. I don't feel like anything should be given.
The beautiful thing about it, Ant, is that the performance that you put in Russia, you've gone up in everybody's estimations, and now everybody's
There's
looking at you.
respect on your name from everybody
100%.
now. Ain't nobody talking down about Ante Yarde no more.
And it's a fight that most certainly sells. People have seen what you did in the Kovalev fight, and they've gone, this is a viable opponent now. Let's take him.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? I've never looked for credit from anybody. 'Cause I feel like if you do that in boxing, you become unstuck. Because you can't please everybody. So I've always been a person I work on my own progression. I focus on myself, and I try and elevate and progress in any way I can. I've been at this from the beginning of my career. I haven't all of a sudden started changing. I've been at this before, and I've been at this after the fight. So I will remain the same, keep progressing, keep trying to get better, and keep trying to please myself.
Listen, it's Christmas period. It's rest time.
Yes.
You've got a new niece in the family, my friend.
Yes.
Is Uncle Anthony going to be skint this Christmas time, paying the Santa Claus bill?
That's impossible. That's impossible. I'm too smart for it. But
listen, I know what you're like. You're going to shower her with gifts. You're going to treat her good. I know the score. Lots of love going around Christmas dinner.
I've got nieces and nephews. Like I've got a new addition. So again, Christmas is always going to be expensive for me. But I love family time. I'm one of the people. I love family time. I love getting around. I love eating. Yeah. Everyone knows lions in the camp. Full meat session. I don't want no vegetables.
Carnivores only. Carnivores only at your place.
All I want is the grass and the meat. The lions in the camp.
So we'll see you back out March. Good rest over Christmas period.
100%.
And then 2020 kicking on again, hopefully. Having that hands raised.
Beast from the east. Back in session.
Anthony Yarde there speaking to me and Nick a little earlier on, obviously with his trainer Tunde.
Yes, sir.
He's talking there that maybe March, we might see him next out in the ring.
Even February.
Okay, well talk to me about potential matchups, because now we've got a vacated belt at light heavyweight.
Let's speak to the WBO.
He's going to be right at the top of the tree there, surely for maybe a shot at that, or if not, an eliminator for that.
Yes.
Is that your plan? Because there's light heavyweight, even domestically, is quite attractive, man. There's a few names there that I'm going to throw your way in a minute, and I know your eyes are going to light up. But talk to me about your initial plan. What's your thought?
You know, for me, I met with Frank Friday, just gone, and we spoke, and we both agreed that we're up there. There's no looking back. But for me, I've always put Anthony first, and I want him to have one fight, just a welcome back fight, so to speak, and then we're ready.
Yeah,
we're not.
That should be here as well. I think London needs to welcome him back as a hero and go, come on, we're with you on this journey now.
100%. That's great. I'm getting Frank on the phone now. Yeah. So definitely. So that's the plan. Me and Frank spoke about it. I told Frank we're professionals. 5 weeks, 6 weeks, we're ready at a drop of a hat. So we're in the gym now, presently, and Frank will work his magic, as he always does and he always has. And Frank said to me, we'll get that belt. And I have total confidence and faith in Frank to deliver.
There's going to be fans watching this that always link Anthony's name with Joshua Boatsi.
Okay.
Your thoughts?
Yeah, fantastic fighter. Great, a young man that's not disrespectful. So I don't have nothing bad to say about him. The other kid from Manchester, he ain't getting no fight. I tell you that for free.
You're talking about Jose Burton, yeah?
Of course, because I don't like disrespect. With these men, you've never heard of us call out anyone. It's a game which is too, and I get the whole trying to sell the fight.
Yeah.
But let's get it right. He's been a pro since 2012. I've done my homework. He was an ABA champion, and he's never been at our level. Anthony Yarde had 12 amateur fights, been a pro for less than 4 years, and he's already fought for a world title. So do the mathematics. You got to be coming with, and it's not to say we won't fight him, but guess what? I'm calling the figure. I got a show called The Fight Is Right. Let's have £3 million, Hosea. Put up the money, because that's what we're worth. And then we'll fight you tomorrow. But that's the Burton question out of the way. And I don't think no one believes in him enough to even put up 1 million. So, sorry to talk about figures, but you know the old game.
But it is a business at the end of the day. And now that Anthony's got to a certain level when he's fighting Kovalev.
100%, because remember, prior to this, everybody was the ones who was criticising us. Everybody were the ones who says, all that tippy-tappy pads, that's not going to get you nowhere. Everyone says they don't want to fight no one. They've sidestepped the British, the Commonwealth, the European. No, we didn't. we was willing to fight Frank Bugaloni. He didn't want to fight us. He said he wanted to fight us, but he didn't want to fight us. And it's so funny how people criticize us for taking the WBO route, international European route, and now everybody's fighting for the WBO and international European route. So again, I'm the one, Tunde Ajayi is the one that's leading the way. so these guys are chasing us. And they got to come with the right financial money in order for us to look down, because life is about going forward. Joshua Buatsi is a fantastic fighter, and I've no doubt that he'll get to where he's supposed to get. And what a fight that would be.
Yeah.
And you know what it is?
For a world title, Yarde versus Buatsi, that'd be sensational, wouldn't it?
That's a Eubank.
And you know what it is? No, it's lions in the camp. That's what happens. It's lions in the camp. And
there's got to be a world title belt, at least one.
It has to be. You couldn't. That fight
100%.
is not a domestic fight. It's not a British title fight. You know. And look, let's get it right. It's not a case of ducking and dodging, because if that's the case,
it's a case of timing. It's a
not
case of
even
doing it
that.
at the right time.
Not even that. It's not a case of ducking and dodging. If that's the case, Buatsi would have fought Callum Johnson for the British title. That was mandated. What happened to that fight? So I'm trying to say, it's chess. So if they want to play chess, I can play chess as well. And that's how I see it. You know, I've navigated myself. Although I would like to give myself all the praise, myself, Anthony and Frank Warren have navigated ourselves into a position.
A strong position.
A strong position where we're in the top 10, top 15 in the world. So we don't just now fight someone because some geezer behind a computer screen says, yeah, let's fight. Nah, Buatsi will do what he's supposed to do, and eventually, I do believe that's a massive fight. That's Ben Eubanks.
Yes, absolutely.
Ben Watson.
It's a triple match. Honestly,
it's
throw a couple of world title belts in.
And
Let
you
them
know,
do it a few
again,
times.
Jose Burton. I'm not saying that he may get up to that, because I watched him the other night. He's an okay fighter, but he's not Anthony Yarde. He ain't that Anthony Yarde fighter. Anthony Yarde is a beast, you know, and
you mentioned Callum Johnson's name though.
good fighter.
Yeah.
I like Callum, but he's been a bit disrespectful lately. He's calling out my name and stuff and that, and I don't like that. But he's a throwback.
You should take
great
that
fighter.
as a compliment though.
I like
because
it.
as you said, you've got to this particular level, and
yeah.
other fighters.
Shot at now. The target's on
You know
your
what I
back.
mean?
But I like it. It's what I always wanted. But I say Callum Johnson. Now, you know, listen, Callum Johnson, great guy, family guy, fighter, and I think all of the fighters with Joe Gallagher seem to, because I told Joe was on the show, and I said, your fighters are a reflection of yourself. So I think that Jose Burton is spending too much time worrying about Anthony Yarde and not focusing on his career, whereas the other guys in his stable camp have focused on their careers, and they're the ones who's got the shot. So I just think that everything's timing, and again, Jose Burton, Craig Richards, Buatsi, Anthony Yarde, who else is up there? I mean, there's so many fighters.
It's an exciting division.
I think it's one of the most exciting divisions in the world.
No, I completely agree. Listen, we can't have you here without getting your expert opinion on some other fighters as well. Obviously,
Yes,
this weekend, Daniel Dubois is in action against
Triple D.
Against Fujimoto.
There used to be Triple G, but it's now it's Triple D.
Well, talk to me about him, because you will have watched him, and I'm sure you've got an opinion on him.
I've been with him right from when his dad brought him into the gym as a little kid. We trained together. I trained Daniel just before he turned pro. He was with everyone, all of us. He's a born fighter. They're born to fight. The whole family are born to fight. Caroline, Prince, who you're going to hear about.
Yeah.
But this is Daniel's time. And I just feel that he's going to be a problem for any heavyweight in the world. And I mean any heavyweight in the world.
Yeah.
You're experiencing something with Anthony now about age and experience.
Yes.
Is that where Martin's at maybe at this moment in time with Daniel? Because he's 22 years of age. And
yes.
It's do we go now? Do we not go now? What do we do over this 12 to 18 month period before we start throwing him in with the big boys?
Yeah, well, sometimes when a trainer has that kind of control, which he does most times, yes, you can do that. But I've known Daniel's dad for many years, and he's always had a dream of Daniel being a young heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody can stop that dream. You know, and not only that, he's getting rid of guys who are going points with world champions, current world champions. So it's like my old man Alex Ferguson said, if you're good enough, you're old enough.
That's it.
Or if you're old enough, if you're good enough, you're old enough. So
absolutely.
you know, he's 22, but guess what? Teofimo Lopez is 22 and he just won the world title.
Yeah, he did.
So why can't Daniel Dubois?
In sensational fashion.
I'm glad
as well.
you said that, because me and him picked two lads to look at
Yes.
on a worldwide scale at the start of the year. He
Yes.
went Devin Haney, great.
Yeah,
But
we'll-
my boy won a legit world title. He wasn't handed one.
Yeah. And again, I took O'Hara Davis, Anthony Yarde, Junior Benjamin, all out to live with Bill Haney, Devon's dad,
Yeah.
in Vegas before they turned pro. All of them turned pro. So we know the family well. We know Devon well. And again, he's another young man that he was born to be a fighter. The dad had certain things around him as a youngster, so we became accustomed to it when that time actually come, and I'm happy for them as well.
Do you think we'll see Daniel fight for the version of the world title before the end of 2020?
Definitely. I believe it. And, you know, the thing is
Because Frank
this.
was talking about Anthony Joshua and he said, listen, we take that fight right now.
Yeah, but all day. That's the thing. And he doesn't need to. And I had Joseph Parker on the show, and it's the same thing. And it is a valid is a valid answer. They're at this end of the tree. He's a young man coming up. So they're at a stage of their career where they're making business decisions as well as just wanting to fight. So that's going to be the stumbling block, if any.
Yeah.
It would just be the fact that the champions don't need to fight them.
Yeah, they don't want to let him in.
And they don't want to let him in. So, but eventually they have to. I mean, he's got time on his hands, so he's young, he's 22, he's going to be around for a long time, whereas the other champions, Fury's quite young, AJ's quite young. So those fights, I think Wilder's about 33. So in the next, they can go on, heavyweights can go on for a long time. So I think that Daniel's definitely going to be in the mix next year. They're going to have to, because I think he's ranked in the WBO now. So yeah, look, that's going to be exciting.
2020 for Tunde.
Yes.
How many TV shows are you going to take over?
100%.
Are we making a media company? What are we doing,
Listen, I'm telling you, we're gonna exchange numbers in a minute because I love it. Everyone knows.
You've got the personality for it, and I think that transcends, you know what I mean? People
And
buy into it. Especially the show that you're doing with Spencer, it just works, that chemistry's good.
Definitely, and I've never changed. Everyone that knows me from the start, maybe Marmite's a bit too nice, but I think more people hate me than love me. But
people like authenticity, though.
Yeah,
you're not faking it. You're being real. You're being yourself.
Absolutely, and I've never hidden that fact. I just, you tell me something because I'm not. I don't feel that I'm disrespectful, and I get the bullets fired back me. Where most people may think, well, I'm in a public, arena. Yeah, let me think about what I say. I'll just tell you. On your bike, son. and that's
but
it.
people love that. People love honesty.
100%. And I mean, look, the Kardashians have made a living out of it.
Tunde is the new Kardashian.
Wait a minute.
You are the new Kardashian.
Is there a Tunde sex tape coming out? Is that what it is?
So we're going to get the Tunde sex tape. Oh, yeah, definitely. But yeah, I love the sport.
I can't stop thinking about a sex tape now. We've got a world exclusive coming.
It's the only thing from my environment, and I stay close to where I come from. The brothers in the barbershop. So I'm talking about a road now. The brothers in the barbershop. The food shops, Rice and Peas. You're getting a plug here. Daphne's, Peckham.
He's after a new sponsorship deal.
New Cross Honey Pot. All these. I have to stay close to them because I just believe that your foundation is what you stand on.
It's you.
So as long as I continue to be, graceful and humble and do the right things in the public eye for the people that I feel that there's no hope.
Of course.
I feel that I'll always be successful.
I think that's the message from a lot of your fighters, isn't it? You mentioned Bilal before doing things for his area. Anthony's most certainly done it for his area. I'm sure there's lads that we don't even know about in your gym that are doing it for their areas as well.
Many coming. There's Alex Bishop, another demographic. He's from Luton. Yeah. He's just signed with me. He's he will make his debut next year. He's 3-0. Great lad. Sparred with Luke Campbell for the Lomachenko fight. And again, another one coming out of the Stamina Facility team. Mohib, 13-0, was in no man's land. He just signed with me. Yemen, the only Yemen boxer that the Yemen community are going to back. So you're talking about governments and princes and so Frank,
changing lives, man.
I need a pay rise. I'm bringing all these kids to you. I need a cut of the pie. But yeah, it's great. It's what I love, and I'm gonna do it forever.
Listen,
congratulations.
Congratulations, and thank you so much for joining us on the show today, mate.
Thank you very much.
This isn't the only show that we've made this week for you. We've had a little bit of a sit down with Frank. Go and check that out. We've had a sit down with Daniel Dubois. Obviously, earlier on this week we had the press conference, and we've got a post-fight show coming your way as well, when we'll be speaking to all the main protagonists from the Copper Box. Don't forget, you can catch this 7:30 BT Sport 1 on Saturday night. We'll catch you next time.